Ettington Community Centre, please welcome your ring announcer for the afternoon, the Mad Dog, Mike Angus.
Nice to see you. Thank you. Nice to
Oh, Ettington, warm welcome from you all there. Lovely to see you. How are you? You're at the wrestling today, so feel free to make as much noise as you possibly can. And obviously it's very festive today. Who's excited for Christmas? Not long to go now, not long to go. And this is P.E.W's A Present for Everyone. So there's all sorts of great stuff going to be happening here today. An amazing wrestling show. And of course, let's bring out our commentary team for the afternoon. Introducing first the legend that is Mr. Dave Bradshaw, ladies and gentlemen. And his commentary tag team partner today. Oh, apologies, ladies and gentlemen, it is Ryan. Mr. Bar Humbug himself, crikey. He does not look happy to be here. Keeping an eye on that young gentleman, new member of the Cora Bears. There you go.
50, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Wonderful, our commentary team for the afternoon there. And let's bring out our referee for our opening contest. Ladies and gentlemen, he's taking a break from all his busy time at the North Pole. Ho, ho, ho! It's referee Father Christmas today.
It's 4 days early, Dave.
And he has said, ladies and gentlemen, if he can keep the beard and hat on for as long as possible during the show, he will do. He's going to do his
Definitely
best.
4 days early. And I'll tell you one thing, he hasn't brought me any gifts. That's the problem.
It's not anymore, it's Father Christmas. He's lost the beard already. There goes the bet. Well done, everybody. We timed that to perfection. Just at the end of the song there. As we go into our opening bout, ladies and gentlemen, is for the P.E.W Internet Championship. Introducing first.
Well, it is the end of a turbulent year here in Phenomenal Elite Wrestling. It all comes to a conclusion this afternoon in Ettington with a special gift, a present for everyone. Internet title on the line to start things out. Dave Bradshaw here, and this is a Christmas practical joke, I think, because I've somehow ended up on commentary with Ryden.
You should feel grateful to have me on commentary today, Dave, because I'm going to give completely objective facts about every single match and prove to you once and for all why these people need to respect me and respect the cause every night we step into the ring.
Yeah, I'm sure you're going to be especially impartial during this one. Internet title on the line. CJ Rawlings, the challenger, going to face the only two-time internet champion in P.E.W history, and the leader, your leader.
My leader, H. Hood. Now, I have a lot of respect for CJ Rawlings here. He has put in one hell of a shift getting his entire body tattooed. But he is no match for H. Hood. H. Hood is on a completely different level from every competitor in P.E.W.
The challenger, he is the unpredictable CJ Rawlings.
CJ Rawlings and H-Hood were both involved in our three-way main event last month at To Be or Not To Be when they were challenging for the P.E.W World title. Both men cost each other victory in that match at various moments, so no love lost between these two. The internet title on the line this afternoon.
Let's not get into the semantics of the day.
Ladies and gentlemen, his opponents, please welcome the P.E.W Internet Champion.
Go on, get your pom-poms out.
Oh, I'm ready. Let's not get into the pedantics of it. CJ Rawlins didn't cost H-Hood anything. H-Hood, I'll admit, got a little bit inside of his own head, but H-Hood needs to prove himself here tonight.
Or what? What are you saying?
All I'm saying is, there's been a few losses in the cause recently, so we need to get back to our winning ways. We're still under the tutelage of H-Hood. And here he is right now, looking as good as ever. My goodness. He has seemingly put on at least 50 pounds of muscle overnight, Dave. That is brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant.
He is a physically intimidating sight, no doubt about that. So is his opponent. This is going to be a hard-hitting clash to start things out in our final show of the year here in Ettington.
This is what they call a hoss match.
I don't know, I'm too old for that.
Here he is, my friend. How are you doing? The leader, the true leader of P.E.W.
This is
He blanked me.
What can I say, Dave? You're just not as cool.
To be honest, I'm not sure I'd mind. I didn't particularly want to interact with H-Hood anyway.
It's always a gift whenever H-Hood chooses to interact with you, so you can't push him up too much, Dave.
In this second reign of his as internet champion, we said he's going to try and come in early. He was going to try and get a jump start there on Rawlins, who was ready for him.
It's not Santa at all, that's Danny Marks.
For a moment, Danny Marks may have been promoted from Santa's little helper last year to the main man himself, but apparently not. It was a fake beard.
What is he doing to H-Hood here? He's clearly cheating, Dave. Look at that.
What has he done that's cheating?
He has taken advantage of H-Hood. H-Hood wasn't ready, and now CJ Rawlins is purely just taking advantage, and he's got him on the back foot.
Apparently it's the cause's modus operandi to just make excuses for their leader.
Excuses, Dave. Excuses. Absolutely not. See, look at this. Now the H-Hood's had time to collect himself. He is so showing CJ Rawlins exactly what the cause is capable of.
This is some radical propaganda that you're spewing here.
Propaganda. There's no such thing.
Shot from Rawlins, taking Hood down. I was about to say, Hood's second title reign as the internet champion began on the 22nd of June, so he's just 1 day shy of the 6-month mark. Complete that half year, if, and it's a big if, he can beat Rawlins here, but it is Rawlins who is in the ascendancy.
Please, we're not worried at all. We've got a game plan going into this match. H-Hood just needs to collect himself. That's all, that's all. The never-ending reign of H-Hood will continue after tonight.
You sound like a little panic in your voice. Is it like you're trying to convince yourself of that?
No panic.
Missile dropkick from Rawlins. An impressive start from the challenger for the internet title.
Now, we'll give CJ Rawlins I will give him his dues. He is an exceptional wrestler, I will say. He's always in perfect ring shape. He always looks good, and goodness, what's he going for here?
Him on the shoulders in a fireman's carry position. Not sure what he was hoping to hit there, but in the end it backfired as he got shot shoulder first through the turnbuckles into that steel ring post.
See, this is where H-Hood likes to shine. He's using his ring awareness, his smarts to just get CJ Rawlins out, let him collect himself, and now we can get back to the cause's game plan.
Hood very much thrives on the chaos when the action spills to the outside of the ring, just dropping Rawlins' spine first on the edge of the ring there. Now Hood, well, it's not the bravest way to win a match, but apparently he's going to try and take the count-out win.
Listen, we don't care about bravery here. All we care about is keeping the reign strong, keeping the cause on top.
Imagine my surprise that Ryden would say he's not that bothered about bravery.
Not at all, not at all. Are you saying I'm not brave? Are you saying I'm not brave? How dare you?
Repeating your own words back to you. Referee's up to a count of 7 here, and this one might be over by count out unless CJ Rawlins can get it together pretty quickly.
Listen, That's exactly what we want, Dave. Here we go.
Oh, he's back in time. Living dangerously is CJ Rawlings, but he's still in this.
Beautiful back look from H. Hood there.
One thing you do have to say for H. Hood is he's a very resilient competitor throughout the history of P.E.W. He's found a way to get himself in the championship picture at the various titles time and time again.
See, I've known H. Hood for a while. I've known him since I was 13 years old, so I know exactly what H. Hood is capable of. He is a fierce competitor, and he's showing CJ Rawlings exactly what he's got himself into.
You're 13 years old about 2 weeks ago.
I am at least 14 now.
Hood is very much in charge of this one, and as I was saying, he's always found a way to get himself right into the title picture, sometimes by convincing stooges to join him in a group.
Who are you referring to?
Nothing, absolutely nothing. As Rawlings backed into the corner here. Hood going to pick him up. Nice vertical suplex, perfectly executed.
The
leader of the cause. The pin. And the right shoulder comes up.
You can be nice to H. Hood. You can be nice to us, Dave. I knew you had it in you.
Credit where it's due, but I'll also criticise where it's due. Plenty of criticism due when it comes to H. Hood and the courts.
Not at all. Look at the way he's commanding this ring, taking his time, dissecting CJ.
How does the cause spend Christmas? You celebrate?
Oh, we work hard. We work hard in the gym, Dave.
Yeah, that's because you don't have any presents to open, presumably. No one likes you.
We don't care about presents, Dave. All we care about is staying on top and looking as good as we do.
How good do you think H. Hood looking at the moment with Rawlings chopping him right in the chest?
Oh, just like that, Dave. He looks exceptional.
Hood does find a way to get back on top. He has that incredibly aggressive approach to Hood.
It doesn't matter what you throw it in, Dave. He will always come back. That's why he's the leader. That's why we all follow him, because he knows the game plan. He will give you the best advice in this industry.
Well, you said it though. There's been a few instances recently where the cause of not won matches that they would have expected to win. So what's the problem been?
It's other people getting involved, Dave. It's other people trying to take advantage of what we are trying to do. We're trying to better P.E.W, but other people just, they can't see the vision. They can't see.
We're seeing victory here. Again, another 2 count.
That was a slow count from Danny Marks there, Dave.
Nothing wrong with that count. What's wrong with you?
A slow count.
Question the professionalism of our senior referee.
That is a crooked ref, and you know it.
He's very well connected with Father Christmas, as we've seen. You want to be careful.
Looks like CJ might be fading here.
Well, you hope. That arm wrapped around the chin, the jaw of CJ Rawlings. Rawlings battled back to his feet. Nice strikes to free himself. Has Hood up on the shoulders, and Hood raking the eye.
There was no eye rake there. He was merely helping CJ Rawlings to get his hair out of his face.
What a guy. A compassionate man. Black suplex into the pin and the kick out again.
The cause always cares about our fellow competitors, Dave. We will always help out wherever we need.
Yeah, you're known for being a group of real humanitarians.
Absolutely.
One of the things people always say about you.
We care about all animals and all humans.
Although you seem to care about H. Hood much more than most other humans.
Not at all. The only reason I'm so glowing of him today is because he's doing so well.
Yeah, because we're so critical normally of him.
Absolutely.
He's drinking a lot of the Kool-Aid with Wright. The roll up from Rawlings. Giving a 2 count, Hood. We want to end this year with a title defeat. A rough end to 2025 that would be for the courts. Giving him thumbs up.
Thumbs up. That was a beautiful clothesline, Dave. If you're allowed to compliment him, so am I.
Come on, CJ! You don't pull that again, bro! Pull that again!
I tell you, he is absolutely taking advantage of CJ Rawlings here.
This is unnecessary. All this trash talk. This is why he's such an unlikable character. Is unlikable. H. Hood. It's a nastiness to Hood.
Nastiness wins championships, Dave. H. Hood has won a world title everywhere he has gone. It is no surprise that, sure, I will admit he has a bit of an ego sometimes, but it has always worked out well for him.
One bit have an ego, another thing if you can back it up, and Hood has done that in the past, but again struggling here. The body slam from Rawlings.
Come on, H, Hood. Don't let it affect you, H. Come on, get up.
Rawlings has him on those shoulders once again. Hood's been very careful to try and escape that. Couldn't escape it this time. Now Rawlings, second turnbuckle into the moonsault. Picture perfect from CJ Rawlings, and it got him within half a second of the Internet Championship.
Mere blip that, Dave, mere blip.
And in his haste to up to the top. Oh, wide because he didn't want Hood to move.
Beautiful ring awareness from the champ there, Dave.
Good boot up. Slams him down again. Hood with a real chance to retain here. Rawlings just clinging on by his fingernails at the moment. Excellently executed suplex from Hood. Another 2 count for the champion.
I will admit, CJ's got some fight in him, but H Hood is going to wear him out soon enough, because that's what he does. That's what the cause does. We break you down to your weakest opponent, and then we bring you back up. That's why we're here, to better everyone.
Rawlings, you can tell that he has been rocked by that, by the way he rolled under the bottom rope, tried to buy himself a bit of time.
Merry Christmas, one and all!
H Hood full of festive cheer.
Here we go. It's all over from here, Dave.
From the shots from Rawlings, right to the middle of the back, right between the shoulder blades of Hood. Great place to target your strikes, as Rawlings is proving here. Now over the top, shoulder rolls his way back into the ring, goes to the ropes, ducks a clothesline from Hood. A spear! Big spear from Rawlings. H Hood's title reign in jeopardy. Rawlings with Hood on his shoulders. Gets him. Fireman's carry driver from CJ Rawlings, and Rawlings just won the Internet Championship. How do you like that, Ryden?
What just happened, Dave?
What a start to our afternoon here in Ettington. CJ Rawlings just dethroned the leader of the cause. And CJ Rawlings is going to spend Christmas as the P.E.W. Internet Champion. Now what do you make of that, Ryder?
That was the ref's fault, Dave. That was a fast count. And see, did you not see what CJ was doing? He was taking advantage of him. He choked him through the ropes. He pulled his hair. That is an unfair victory for CJ here. He should not be proud of himself.
So you don't approve of those kind of cheating tactics?
Not at all.
Like rakes to the eyes, those sorts of things?
Not at all. A true competitor should never have to resort to those tactics. And we didn't see H-Hood do that at all tonight.
Maybe you could watch the replay back. Or maybe you shouldn't, because it might upset you too much. CJ Rawlings, the new Internet Champion. It promised to be a historic afternoon. Remember, we've got a big 10-person elimination match coming up later on. It's Team Prestige against Team Chocolate Thunder. The winning GM will have full control of P.E.W. Plus the finals of the Fallen Angel Tournament, the P.E.W. World Championship on the line as well. All coming up this afternoon, and a present for everyone.
Massive win there for CJ Rawlings, your new P.E.W. Internet Champion. How did you enjoy that? Was your opening contest today, ladies and gentlemen? Nice to see everyone looking so festive out here as well. Very good Christmassy outfits. Referee Danny Marks didn't last very long in that Santa Claus beard. I wonder if referee Sid will fare any better. That beard looks like it's going to stay on, I think, for the whole match. We'll see how he gets on. But I think we've got our winner already here. Straight into match number 2, ladies and gentlemen, and it is a singles bout. Scheduled for 1 fall. Introducing first,
Not a fan of this ref, Dave. He's made me lose a few matches. I'm not best pleased to see him in the ring here tonight.
You weren't a fan of the last ref either.
Because I like a fair ref, and no ref at P.E.W. has ever been fair.
A real chip on your shoulder, don't you?
This is a beautiful sight to see, Dave. I love watching these two wrestle, and I'm most pleased to see them compete in singles competition here tonight.
Yeah, well, sadly I wasn't here last month for the debut of Rom-Com, as they're known, this team of Tony Wright and Luca Romeo. Romeo's going to go one-on-one here in singles competition. Wright giving him the moral support.
Leading man, Tony Wright, representing Rom-Com. I have been told by Santa Claus that he is definitely on the naughty list. Ladies and gentlemen,
Look at that suit Tony Wright as well. He sure looks good tonight, doesn't it?
Definitely naughty list.
Much better than Mad Dog.
He's definitely on the naughty list. Please welcome Tinted Love, Luca Romeo.
Wright was like killed a grizzly bear for his outfit.
Do you want to know fun facts about Romeo here, Dave? Romeo,
Really, but go on.
Romeo is the only person to wrestle in 17 different countries in 2 days. What? That's not even possible. Absolutely it is. He told me himself.
17 different countries. Where did you got that from?
He told me himself.
You didn't think to verify it.
I trust any word out of that man's mouth.
He was really trustworthy.
P.E.W. You all stink. But I'll tell you what doesn't stink. The word opportunity. Don't call us boring. We're the best thing you've seen us building all year. Opportunity waits for nobody. Last show we took an opportunity. We came in here. We beat 0 to hero. No, I've got a match tonight, but there is one opportunity that's been playing on our minds. Tony, I think you're best taking this one.
Well, unfortunately, the great Adam Bolt cannot be here today to join Team Prestige. But that's opened up an opportunity, and I am delighted to tell you all today that I am joining Team Prestige to rid this place of Chucky Thunder, and it's going to be so good when it happens. It will be my honour. Thank you. Now, Luca, show them what we do.
That's a big piece of news. Adam Bolt not here apparently.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's
That is
the
absolutely
opponent.
amazing news to hear. Because as much as I respect Adam Bolt as a wrestler, he does have my attitude.
You somehow won those titles a few times.
3 times, Dave. 3 times.
When he was still the sound guy. Speaking of people who've won championships and people you know very well indeed, 40 arriving and a present for everyone.
We should not be cheering for this snake, Dave. He is a snake, he is a rat, he abandoned the cause, and now he's here clapping the hands of the fans, acting as if nothing is wrong.
Oh, look, 40 apparently much more popular than you are, and I can see you're jealous, but just try and hold it in.
I don't care about popularity today. These fans turned their back on me, so why should I care about them?
Fighting out of Ettington. I've been told he is on the nice list, ladies and gentlemen. He seems to be giving kisses to all the ladies on the way to the ring. The most charismatic man in the Cotswolds. This is Bonnie!
You heard it. Direct from Mike Angus, the most charismatic man in the Cotswolds. I'm not sure you're even top 3.
I don't care about the Cotswold days. I'm from the great county of Yorkshire.
Never heard of it. So 40 and Luca Romeo. Romeo's singles debut here in P.E.W. Bell rings and we're underway here. It'll be very interesting to see. After Romeo was part of a successful tag team effort last month, whether he can repeat that feat against one of the most popular men in P.E.W. Listen to this 40 jump.
All silence, Dave, when the presence of Romeo takes over.
What was that noise?
That was a war cry, Dave.
That's a war cry.
Romeo making a good point there to the ref that was completely illegal.
Well, it was fine when he did it seconds earlier, was it?
Yeah, because that's more charismatic, it's more, engaging, whereas 40 is just doing it to mock.
Well, why has he got a rose then? That's a foreign object.
He's merely trying to just let 40 down easy. Just take the rose, lay down, take the pin.
He's quite the Casanova, isn't he? 40 having some fun here, yeah. Romeo, give you a rose and punch you in the mouth. That's all you need to know about him. Clothesline attempt. Arm drag from 40. 40 still very early in his career. Looks more and more crisp every time we see him with his in-ring technique. Hip toss from 40.
I will admit, Dave, 40 has improved massively over the last few exhibitions that I've seen him in, but he still has a lot to learn, and he'd be far much further along if he just stayed with the cause.
It's almost like he's improved a lot since he freed himself of the shackles of a certain group, isn't it? Clothesline from 40. Now 40 looking for the pin on Romeo, gets his body weight down on the shoulder for a nice tight 2 count.
I noticed that you mentioned that beautiful clothesline from 40 there, but you don't notice how Romeo flipped himself to his own feet there, and you're not putting that over, are you?
I noticed it. What is going on the apron here?
Just helping our friends.
Tony Wright getting involved in what is not a tag team match. There's no business being involved here. Oh, Romeo just hit his own tag team partner with that spray to the mouth. Now the schoolboy style roll up from 40. He gets another 2 counts for him.
This has been non-stop since the start. Both of these competitors doing very well to try and get any headway in this match.
As we heard at the start of the match, which now I've confirmed in my headset here, is that Adam Bolt is not here tonight. And so Tony Wright will be replacing Bolt on Team Prestige in that winner-takes-all 10-person elimination match later on. Remember, either the Prestige or Chocolate Thunder going to end this night in full control of Phenomenal Elite Wrestling.
Whichever person it is, I do not care for them. I have my problems with Lawrence. I have my problems with Chuck as well.
Right, grabbing the leg of 40. He's, quite the menace on the outside, isn't he? Right. Distraction allowing Romeo to slip the knee. Look at the cheap shot. This is ridiculous.
We help out friends here, Dave, don't we? We're just making. He's not attacking 40. He's just, giving him a light massage.
He's not attacking him.
He's not. He's giving him a light massage. Have you never been to a massage parlor? He's making sure 40's in top fighting form.
Please tell me you're never going to pursue a career as a masseuse if that's what you think a massage is. Oh God, Romeo.
Anyway, besides that, are you ready for another Romeo fact?
No.
Luca Romeo is one of the only men in existence to have a hand in building the Eiffel Tower.
The Eiffel Tower was built in the 1880s.
That's what he told me.
Again, you just believed it, verbatim, without checking.
City of Romance, Dave, City of Romance. It makes sense.
Makes absolutely 0 sense. Unless he's 150 years old. Is that another fact you're going to tell me?
Not at all, Dave. Don't be ridiculous. Clearly, he's not looking a day over 25.
Luca Romeo certainly moving more like a 25-year-old from those suplexes. Already able to hook him up there though for a pin attempt. And Romeo did well to fire back with that boot right into the face. It's no mean feat because 40 is 2 meters tall. Win last month for Ron Tom over 0 to Hero, the team of Edgar Adams and Nate Riley. Big way to start their P.E.W. careers for Wright and Romeo. An even bigger night tonight if Romeo wins here and Wright has a hand in giving permanent control of P.E.W to the Prestige.
If Romeo wins here as well, Dave, he will have knocked off a former P.E.W Internet champion at 40. Surely that sets him up for a stake in the claim at CJ Rollins' only one Internet title.
It's good of you to acknowledge that the new Internet champion is CJ Rawlings, for anyone just joining us, the leader of the cause, H. Hood, getting soundly beaten by Rawlings.
I may not agree with the decision of that match, but I have to acknowledge when there is a new champion in town.
40 getting a boot up there, taking Romeo down. He's quickly forced himself back to his feet in the corner. Spinning leg into the chest of Romeo. He's going to get thrown over the head of 40.
I'll tell you, Dave, I've experienced that throw quite a few times from 40, and it never gets nicer to feel.
Side press for the cover. Excellent hook. Romeo was able to just use a bit of momentum there to kick out and keep himself in the contest.
I've got one more fact for you, Dave, just one more.
Okay, I'm sure this will be just as convincing as the last two, but let's hear it.
You're aware of Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet?
Yes. We are in Stratford-upon-Avon.
That is based on Romeo's life.
What?
It's a true story. He donated that story.
1600.
He donated that story to William Shakespeare.
I'll check that with Oscar Prospero. I think he would know. Romeo. Inspired Romeo and Juliet. You're mine. 40. Spine buster. Rolled up tight and Tony Wright pulling the leg of the referee. Get him out of here. Enough now. He should have been thrown out of here about 10 minutes ago. Yes, good.
That is completely unfair, Dave. Tony Wright just got confused about which one of his friends he needed to help. He's friends with everyone.
He's helping anyone. He shouldn't even be out here.
You're allowed to have moral support at the ring, Dave.
You're not allowed to physically get involved. He's done that multiple times. Thought he was looking to drop the leg there on Romeo. Romeo, the heartbreaker. The heartbreaker for Luca Romeo.
Oh, that could have been it, Dave. That could have been it.
He's won matches that way in the past, but not here. 40 kicking out.
There's a sense of panic setting over the scene now, isn't there? 40 certainly in the back foot.
Oh, you mean panic for 40?
Absolutely. Why would Romeo be worried?
Well, he just had his best pal kicked out of here. Now what is Romeo doing? Romeo made a little finger gesture that was reminiscent of the Macho Man. I wonder if he... Oh, hang on. He's slipped up on the turnbuckle. I think he's... I don't know what he's aiming for, but he took a long time getting up there. That's going to cost him.
What is 40 doing here? 40 doesn't belong up there.
Well, 40, you heard him call it.
No. This is stupid, Dave. Why would 40 be going for this?
The superplex, and with 40's height, Romeo's feet might hit the ceiling if that happened. Romeo knew he had to free himself, and that's what he's done. Well, Romeo has him set up now. Romeo with the long-distance relationship. Romeo hooking both legs, and Luca Romeo.
There we go, Dave.
Securing the victory.
That is how it should be done. Romeo, no help from anyone outside, no cheating. Beautiful win from Romeo right there.
Well, Luca Romeo has stunned this crowd here in Ettington into almost a silence here. A very unpopular result, but Luca Romeo won't care. Singles victory in his debut. Singles action, and Luca Romeo in singles and tag, unbeaten here in P.E.W.
That is an amazing claim from Romeo here. He's going to go back, he's going to write a few more stories, and next time we're here, he could be the new Internet champion.
Just a reminder, roll call almost definitely on the naughty list, ladies and gentlemen. Definitely naughty list.
Mike Angus very well connected with the elves of the North Pole, keeping us abreast of who's on the naughty list, who's on the nice list.
It's because he looks like an elf, Dave. That's why they mistook him in the workshop.
Well, regardless, Luca Romeo apparently not getting any gifts this year.
Please, Ettington, do put your hands together for 40. Unfortunate on this occasion.
that little bit of anger there.
I can't blame him for being angry with that interference from Tony Wright.
Perhaps I should go and speak to him after.
What a trade.
Maybe not.
Very romantic, refs. That's what we like to see. Ladies and gentlemen, this next matchup is going to be the final of the Fallen Angel tournament. As you can see, referee Sid is holding the trophy there, but the winner of this next match will receive. And it is, of course, the final, ladies and gentlemen. So please make some noise as we introduce the finalists. Introducing first.
First things first, I'm the realest.
So here comes the finals of the third Fallen Angel tournament. Honor of the late great Nancy Benoit. Previous winners, Rainer Leverkusen and Violet Knight, so it's building quite the lineage of this tournament. As you see, the two women who have made it to this year's final. Making friends as well, isn't she?
Oh, absolutely. We don't need friends in P.E.W. All we have is glory to achieve the goal to win. We don't need friends.
You will see in Ettington here today. Please clap as loud as you humanly can for the Duchess Sophia.
No evidence that she's a real Duchess, by the way, but Duchess Sophia beat Kaya in the first round, got a bye in the semis, partly due to an injury to Hannah Taylor, but they could have put a replacement in. There's been a lot of speculation that because Duchess Sophia is friends with Kiara and the Prestige,
our second finalist,
that's why she was given that bye.
It makes sense. Kiara is the princess and duchesses often run in the same circle, so I wouldn't be surprised at that fact, but the Prestige doesn't need to explain himself.
Although, given your Luca Romeo facts in the last match, I think your reliability on any of these facts has got to be called into question. In any case, this one's going to be the crowd favourite Melissa Fears with victories over Freya Rose and Ashley Vega to make it to this final. She's got there the hard way, no doubt about that. Can she go that one final step and win that prestigious trophy?
And ladies and gentlemen, she is too fast, too fierce. This is the hot commodity, Melissa Fears.
Hot commodity is right. She's becoming one of the fastest up-and-coming talents in all of the UK. Is Melissa Fierce.
The competitors seem raring to go here. This is quite the win for either of them.
Wow, what a stacked card we have this afternoon in Ettington between those two championship matches, one of which we've already seen. The finals of this Fallen Angel tournament and that 10-person elimination match coming up later on with all that's at stake in that. It really is one hell of a way to end what has been another unforgettable year here in P.E.W. Melissa Fierce doesn't have to worry about having the fans on side. It is pretty much unanimous here. Duchess Sophia demanding quiet before she'll even wrestle. Just get on with it.
Absolutely not, Dave. If the Duchess requests something, you should adhere to her request.
Why?
She's a Duchess. Would you say to the king no? There we go. The Duchess just wants a sign of respect before this final of an amazing tournament takes place, that's all.
Giving the handshake. Well, that wasn't very respectful from the Duchess, was it? Trying to get in a cheap shot with the kick there. That was a reflex, she said.
Absolutely, it was a reflex.
Incredible to see. Melissa Fierce, the elbows and forearms to the face there of Duchess Sophia. Sophia able to reverse the Irish whip. Fierce ends up on the apron after leaping over that top rope. Gets an elbow to the left side of the face of Sophia. Dodges a clothesline attempt. Gets the drop kick. Sophia to the ropes here. And Melissa Fierce looking strong.
That was disrespect from Dave. Melissa Fierce pointing her finger into the face of the Duchess.
A very good leapfrog there, and Fierce. Fierce leaping back elbow into the face of Duchess Sophia.
The ref's clearly not doing his job here. Clearly not pressuring the Duchess as much as he should. She could have been injured there.
Well, quite the critic of our referees, aren't you?
Because they're all crooked, Dave.
This, of course, has nothing to do with the fact that your boy lost his internet title earlier on. Here's a leg dropped across the chest into the pin from Fierce. A 1 count. It's going to take more work for either one of these women to keep their opponent down and to win that Fallen Angel tournament.
Duchess taking a breather on the outside here. She's a woman of high regard. She has to have a moment to collect herself. Maybe have a sip of water, sit down for a moment.
Baseball slide. Just Sophia doing a good job dodging her, man. That looked like a horrendous landing.
Goodness, that would take the wind out of even the best of the competitors, and Melissa Fierce is certainly one of them.
Just Sophia with some mock concern here for her opponent. She's really quite an unpleasant person, isn't she, this Duchess Sophia?
She's just wanting a little bit of respect, Dave. That's all she wants, and the fans here at P.E.W. aren't giving that to her.
Look, respect is earned, it's not demanded.
She's a Duchess. You have to respect anyone of royalty, do you not?
What is your sudden obsession with bowing to... Again, do we even know she's a real Duchess? No. Melissa Fierce steps into the...
Until proven guilty, Dave.
Oh, fine, then I'm a king.
Congratulations.
You are unbelievable. Oh. Duchess Sophia. Really not spreading much merriment at this time of year.
The fans are getting under her nerves here a little.
This could be a double count out if we're not careful, and what happens to the trophy then?
Clearly we're going to the highest reigning competitor in all of wrestling history, vacant.
So, a rhetorical question in the end, because it looks like Duchess Sophia was able to beat the count. The referee here has chosen to restart the count after a distraction from Duchess Sophia. He was hoping that the referee would just count to 9 and 10 and call the match. Sophia refuses to be pushed around as Fierce. Very, very hard. And it looked like it was the face of Melissa Fierce that took the brunt of the impact there into that steel post.
The Duchess is just showing her prowess. See, taking time to take a picture with a nice fan there.
7!
Duchess Sophia remaining very firmly on top, and we are up to another 8 count now.
9! 8!
Sophia going to have to get back in the ring herself, which she does. So both women beating the count of 10, but Sophia's still the one in command in this Fallen Angel tournament final.
This is exactly where the Duchess wants to be. She can go at her own speed here. She can take her time. She doesn't have to pay attention to the fans and what they're saying. She just has to dissect Fierce here.
Face first again, this time into the turnbuckle, and it's very thin padding on those turnbuckles. There's a hard steel bolt that's underneath that padding. Trying to attempt again, cross body from Fierce, can't take Duchess Sophia off her feet. Fierce finding herself in a precarious spot here and falls victim to the fall away slam.
Beautifully executed there, David. Just taking her time as so confident as she is.
Sophia, yeah, she did take her time, and that might have cost her. Why didn't she get on top of the cover immediately?
Well, she just wanted to, collect herself. I feel like I will criticise here. If she had her weight more over the shoulders, she might have got the 3 count, but why do we need to after such a brilliant move?
Criticising the Duchess?
Not at all, I'm just merely suggesting something for her to do in the future. Isolating Fierce here, trying to take away her breath. The breath goes, and then suddenly everything else shuts down with it.
Sophia using the ropes illegally, repeatedly here.
Illegally, she's got to the count of 5.
The reason you counted the 5 is because it's against the rules. Apparently has that sense of entitlement which seems to lead her to believe that the rules do not apply to her, Duchess Sophia. And that willingness to do what it takes, even if it is ethically questionable, it could yet lead her to victory in this tournament. Great suplex from Duchess Sophia.
Beautiful back suplex executed by the Duchess, and just giving the crowd what they've came for, a beautiful sight of the Duchess.
Another cover and another kick out from Fierce. I think one of these fans came here to see a Melissa Fierce victory, but that prospect is looking decidedly more unlikely with each passing second in this one. Sophia certainly not lacking in confidence. She continues to have the lion's share of the offense in this. Maybe has benefited from having that semi-final bye. She's had a little bit more time to prepare for this match than Melissa Fierce has. Fierce nonetheless though, fighting back. Just Sophia got caught there. There is life in Melissa Fierce yet. Rolls through. It's a lung blower on Duchess Sophia. Gets on top for the pin, and just Duchess Sophia keeping herself in the match. That is the best passage of action we have seen in some time from Melissa Fierce.
Absolutely, Melissa was on the back ever since she took that bump onto the outside on the floor. I was getting a bit worried for Fierce for a while, but we appear to be back to top form here now.
Sophia up on her shoulders there, drop toe hold will send Duchess Sophia face first, middle turnbuckle.
Why is the ref not checking on the Duchess here? She could have broken her nose.
A swinging kick right into the face of Duchess Sophia. Now she really might have a broken nose. Melissa Fierce from 2 turnbuckles up gets that drop kick right into the midsection of Duchess Sophia, folding her body in half. Has she done enough damage here to secure the 3 count? Not quite.
This is where the Duchess likes to shine. No matter what you throw at her, she will keep on kicking out because that's what sets her apart from the rest. That's what makes her, here's hoping, the winner of this match.
Oh yeah, put your cards on the table, why don't you? It's very clear you would like to see win this one. There's the elbow.
We need a bit of royalty in this title's lineage.
Duchesses aren't royal.
Of course they are.
They count as royalty. You have to be a princess to be royal. Melissa Fierce grabbing the legs. There's a backstabber from Melissa Fierce. Rolling Duchess Sophia away from the rope so she can't get the rope break. That was smart from Melissa Fierce, but it did cost her another couple of seconds before she went up for the cover. And maybe that's the difference between 2 and 3.
So you talk about Melissa Fierce using the ropes to her advantage, but when the Duchess was using them earlier, it was illegal. Clearly,
I'm saying Melissa Fierce rolled Duchess Sophia away from the ropes so that Sophia could not get a rope break.
I don't buy it, Dave.
The rules of professional wrestling, maybe look them up at some point. There's a spear from Duchess Sophia. Is that one enough? Oh, but she's getting close.
That was a slow count from the ref there, Dave.
No, it wasn't. Constant berating of the impartiality of our officials is not going to stand. Wait, inside cradle from Melissa Fierce. A surprise, nearly taking Melissa Fierce to the tournament trophy there. Real wasteland trying to maybe hit a German suplex. Instead, it's a back suplex. Variation on it from Duchess Sophia. Duchess Sophia with the pin, and again, Melissa Fierce finding a way to kick out when the chips are down.
See, the Duchess said it right there, Dave. That was absolutely a freak out. If the ref was actually paying attention.
Or maybe she should spend less time whining at the referee and should focus on doing more damage to her opponent, then she might win the match.
I will admit, Dave, both of these competitors are giving each other hell for leather here.
Movement up from Fierce. Again, the time spent arguing with the referee was time when Melissa Fierce was recuperating. That's just Sophia joining Fierce up on that top turnbuckle. Fierce able to swat her away there. Here comes Fierce! Overhead neck breaker from Melissa Fierce, but Fierce doesn't have enough energy left in the tank to get on top for the pin here. Both women down.
Both of these competitors have taken a lot during this match, but the Duchess is the fresher competitor. She hasn't taken anything onto the outside. She hasn't taken as nearly as fierce a beating as Melissa Fierce today, so odds are the Duchess surely takes this day.
As always, your analysis is questionable because it's Melissa Fierce who's going to get the first shot in as they rejoin in battle here. Melissa Fierce going to capitalise on the overhead neck breaker with a roundhouse kick on the enziguri instead. Fierce has her on the shoulders. Fireman's carry, the driver, dropped on the back of the neck. Melissa Fierce gets on top for the pin, and Melissa Fierce wins the Fallen Angel tournament.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the Fallen Angel tournament, Melissa Fierce.
A hard-fought battle from both competitors. They've won. Yes, you accurately pointed out I have favoritism towards the Duchess, but Melissa Fierce has fought through 3 matches to get to this point. She should be very proud of herself.
Certainly should, because as we said, joining an impressive lineage as the 3rd winner of this Fallen Angel tournament. Rain Leathercuse and Violet Knight, her predecessors in holding that trophy. Melissa Fierce will end 2025 with silverware here in P.E.W. And what will 2026 bring for that young woman? What a match and what a win for Melissa Fierce. They're actually going to keep on coming here in Ettington this afternoon. We are just 4 days away from Christmas. Will we get the Christmas present we all want? The Prestige kicked out of his role as general manager.
I don't say we're kicking the Prestige out. I don't like either of those competitors, but the Prestige has done a better job over the course of P.E.W. to keep it on track.
Well, that's debatable. We'll find out.
Ettington one more time, make some noise for the winner of the Fallen Angel tournament, Melissa Fierce.
5-on-5 elimination match coming up, plus as well Oscar Prospero defending the P.E.W. world title against the former champion Jack Selstrom. So much more to come here from Ettington at this afternoon's A Present for Everyone.
There we go, well done everybody, excellent, very festive, very Christmassy, and this is the second half of this afternoon's show, and we are starting things off with a massive matchup. It is 5-on-5 teams, and the winner of this is going to win control of Phenomenal Elite Wrestling for the next year, so this is big, this is important. It is Team Prestige versus Team Chalky Thunder. Ladies and gentlemen, you ready for this one? Come on Ettington, let's hear you. Referee Danny Marks, are you ready? Commentary team, are you ready? Ryan, Dave Bradshaw, ready to go. One last time, Ettington, are you ready? Let's bring out the first team. Introducing first, the team headed by the captain, the Prestige. And they are the team of the Princess of P.E.W. and P.E.W. Women's Champion, Kiara. The hotshot, Joey Scott. The leading man, Tony Wright. TNT, and of course, the captain, the Prestige. And together, they are Team Prestige.
Well, the Prestige has formed quite a group in his hopes of claiming full control. It has been a power struggle that has extended throughout 2025 between him and his co-general manager, Chocolate Thunder. At the conclusion of this match, only one of them will have full charge of P.E.W.
P.E.W, are you all feeling festive? Are you all feeling festive, P.E.W? Well, today is the Christmas story in which order is restored. Order is finally restored. This nightmare ends tonight. I suppose you're expecting a Christmas miracle. Are you all excited to see Team Rice Krispies reunite? Oh, Team Rice Krispies, well, they're not going to be able to save Chocolate Thunder. Do you really think someone like Lila Kyle could outshine my princess? Not a chance. Do you really think this is going to be a happy ending for Chocolate Thunder? Or do you think your big superhero Jason Joshua is going to save the day? Well, I know it's Panto season, but let me tell you, oh no he isn't! Oh no he isn't! I'm afraid I've got some bad news. I'm afraid Big Daddy Unicorn isn't here tonight.
What?
Let's say Big Daddy Unicorn fell into some car trouble.
What? This sounds highly suspect. Hang on.
Even you would have found a new friend in that short amount of time. So, I guess that gives a nice advantage early on. Try and smile, Daddy. It's Christmas. Come on. So, let's get them out here.
Car trouble can happen to anyone, Dave. Let's not make any accusations too quick.
Their opponents.
Car trouble. What is this? Conveniently timed, so there isn't enough time for a replacement. So I guess this is going to be 5-on-4 now.
I guess so, which is beautiful odds for Team Prestige here tonight, immediately giving them the advantage going into this match.
Yeah, funny that. Well, regardless, got to be impressed with the team that Chocolate Thunder has put together. It is an all-star cast.
Representing Team Chocolate Thunder. Let's welcome back to P.E.W. Tell them what it is, mate. Dude, smash it.
Every single person on Team Chocolate Thunder, either a former P.E.W. men's world champion or women's champion,
Apart from Chocolate Thunder himself.
well, he's the general manager. And long may that continue. The man about to join us was the first ever P.E.W. world champion. Reunited with Smashing Mike.
Always brings the energy, Smashing Mike. As much as I may not like him, he definitely gets the room bouncing. I will give him that.
Martin Kirby's been on a hell of a journey here in P.E.W. Once despised, now beloved. Maybe beloved even more if he can help Jockey Thunder to remain the general manager.
And ladies and gentlemen, joining Jockey Thunder's team,
Mark Kirby, of course, being a world travel competitor outside of P.E.W, doing stints in Japan and America. Giving some experience to this team.
Quite the rival of Kiara. When it seems to have the number, the P.E.W princess.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, she is powered by the fuel of Christmas, ladies and gentlemen. And also a big ones, Jeff Goldblum, dinosaurs, old stuff festive, customers, mince pies. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Parky Rocket, right over Kyle.
Best Christmas jumper of the season, I think.
A dinosaurs Christmas related, Dave?
Jurassic Park is very Christmas related.
Show me one Christmas tree, that's
Ladies and
it.
gentlemen, let's welcome the team captain.
Check every TV schedule for the past 30 Christmases, you'll see what I mean. Well, look, for my money, this man is a great boss. And I hope he remains the man in charge of P.E.W. Because the alternative does not bear thinking about.
Chocolate Thunder, of course, coming into this match with more experience as a wrestler than the Prestige. Winning world titles in multiple different promotions, travelling around the entirety of the UK and dyeing his hair purple.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's the team captain. This is Chucky Thunder.
He pulls it off well, I think.
I think you need some glasses, Dave. No one with dyed hair has ever looked above a form.
I'm sure he cares about your critique of his hairstyle. He's far more interested whether he's able to take down Team Prestige here. So a couple of late changes, that quote-unquote car trouble, which kept Jason Joshua out of this match, and was also a late substitution in the case of Team Prestige, with Tony Wright taking the place of Adam Bolt, who's not here today.
Well, that just goes to show how little friends Chocolate Thunder actually has. He could have asked Fordy to be his tag team partner. He could have asked CJ Rollins to be his tag team partner.
10 seconds notice.
Absolutely he could have, and they clearly both said no.
Well, Team Prestige are given the ability to have a replacement added to their team. The same luxury was not afforded to Team Chocky Thunder. You can make what you will of that, and the continued seeming corruption of one of our co-general managers. Have to be careful what I say, because you keep with my boss at the end of this.
Exactly, you don't want to slander the man too much. He is the one who writes your checks.
Look at this. The two team captains leading from the front. Now remember, this is elimination rules, so we're going to keep on going here until all the members of one team have been taken out by pinfall, submission, disqualification, count out, knockout, whatever method it may be.
We could be here all night long, Dave. Let me tell you, I've had a monster, so I'm ready.
I thought you were a bit hyperactive.
I'm always hype. I'm always hype at P.E.W. I love being here.
Funny though, because no one else loves you being here. Have you noticed?
I love being here for myself, Dave.
Yeah.
Mainly because I get a big check at the end.
Now the Prestige, in the end, turned out didn't want any piece of Chocolate Thunder here. Instead comes Tony Wright.
The leading man, Tony Wright, doing what the leader of his team suggests, leading the match.
There's one half of Rom-Com, of course, with Luca Romeo. Romeo had an impressive singles victory earlier on against Fordy.
Dave Shakespeare, the classic tale of Romeo and Juliet.
Tony Wright is going to make this a Shakespearean tragedy for Team Chocky Thunder. Big opportunity to shine on a big stage here for Tony Wright, and added to this high-profile 10-person match. Chocky Thunder sliding underneath of Wright. Chocky Thunder not come here to play today. He knows the future of his career, the future of P.E.W, quite honestly, is on the line in this match.
Tony Wright tagging in Jackie T here.
definitely.
Massive Uranagi by Chocolate Thunder.
Yeah, taken down one half of the P.E.W Tag Team Champion alongside Adam Bolt, who's not here, as we said.
As much as I don't like Chocolate Thunder, I'm enjoying watching him put a lick in to Jackie T here, because, you know.
Yeah, you're hedging your bets is what you're doing in case Chocolate Thunder wins this.
Why has he decided to take my tag team title?
You know, you have to hold on to the tag team title by not losing it if you want to be a tag team champion.
I've been a tag team champion 3 times. That should count for something.
Yeah, that means you've lost it 3 times as well. Speaking of champions, here comes Princess Kiara. She wants a piece of Lila Kyle. No love lost between those two. Thunder, happy to oblige. Here comes Kyle. Ducking a couple of clotheslines. Kiara, the women's champion, taken off her feet. Wonder who's going to draw the proverbial first blood here, get the first elimination. That could be critical. Especially, you've got to think, if that first elimination went the way of Team Prestige, they would then have a 5-on-3 advantage.
That would be absolutely wonderful for Team Prestige here. But it doesn't look too good for Kiara at the moment.
Kyle, on top of him, snap that neck forwards, 2 count.
See, this is what Team Chocolate Thunder needs to stop doing, pandering to the fans. They just need to focus and get down to business.
The referee, I think, could do well to keep an eye on what's going on the outside. Joey Scott. I wonder if he had anything to do with the car trouble of Jason Joshua.
Now let's not speak ill of Joey Scott. Just because he was former friends with Jason Joshua doesn't mean people have tampered with his car in any way.
Yeah, but it's not completely implausible, is it?
I'm not at liberty to say.
Yeah, your silence speaks volumes. Here comes Kiara, diving hard into Lila Kyle. No eliminations yet, other than that of Jason Joshua, who's even been able to arrive here tonight. Have a kick out.
Is it classed as an elimination if he never enters the match? Will this match keep going on until someone pins Jason Joshua? These are questions.
Maybe it should.
These are questions that I need answering.
Charged in, and that was rash from the women's champion, as was that. Caught both times, and now the roll up. Roll up on Kiara, who kicked out on 2. Lila Kyle, though.
Not giving Kiara a second to breathe here.
Looking for a suplex, I think. Kiara able to counter, gets one of her own instead. Fans here in Ettington trying to will Lila Kyle back into this one against Kiara.
This is the problem. They're trying to listen to the fans. They're trying to do service for the fans. They're not here for themselves.
There's a debate going on there between the Prestige and Kiara. I think Prestige demanding that Kiara go for the pin. So try again. This time a kick out on 1 from Lila Kyle. A little bit of miscommunication between P.E.W's first couple.
I'm sure the Prestige just had what was best for Kiara in mind there. He wanted to get that advantage, that 3-on-5 advantage.
Yeah, I notice you're being careful to say positive things about both of your potential employers.
I like money, Dave.
What you do? It says all we need to know about you and the rest of the cause. How's your boss doing, by the way? H. Hood, he's
I went and spoke to him during the interval, Dave. We have got a game plan for the next few months and the next few years here at P.E.W.
I hope it's as effective as his game plan was tonight. Lila Kyle firing away here at Kiara. There's a headbutt.
Dangerous, those headbutts, Dave. Head-on-head collisions are never to be joked about.
Running knee from Lila Kyle. Kiara might be out. Here she is. Kiara's eliminated. Now, under normal circumstances, that would give Team Chocolate Thunder an advantage, but given the absence of Jason Joshua, that means it's just 4-on-4. It's just leveled things.
And here's the Duchess coming to look after the princess. Royalty, Dave. Royalty.
Yeah, wait, roll up on Lila Kyle. Prestige steals one. The advantage for Team Prestige immediately restored. It's 4-on-3 now. Thunder going after the man who's been a thorn in his side all year. General manager versus general manager on the outside of the ring. Good fun with every one of those strikes to the head of the Prestige, taking out a little bit of the frustration that has built up throughout these past few months.
Chocolate Thunder is a dangerous man, David. None of those shots have been sanctioned by the ref here, and he's not even giving him a disciplinary in any way.
Chocolate Thunder chatting away to the Prestige, enjoying every second of this. I think he's been visualizing what he'll do when he gets his hands on the Prestige.
Was that
a long time?
Was that smash on the chair not counted as a foreign object, James? I thought foreign objects were illegal in this match.
He didn't use the object, didn't hit someone with the object.
One rule for one rule for another, Dave. That's all I'm saying.
Chocolate Thunder's fault that the Prestige ran head first into a chair.
Those are close fists, Dave. The ref should be telling him off here.
You are suddenly quite the stickler for the rules, aren't you, when it comes to Chocolate Thunder?
I love using the rules to my advantage, Dave.
Jackie T sweeping Chocolate Thunder off of the apron and then sending head first into the ring post. Well, the referee is still counting Chocolate Thunder out. He's out cold. This is ridiculous. No, come on.
Look at what happens when you don't follow the script. Chocolate Thunder's out. It is 4-on-2.
And these numbers are getting to be a serious problem. It's the game over from Smashing Mike. And Smashing Mike takes out the Prestige.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Prestige has been eliminated.
Well, it's not 4-on-2 anymore. 3-on-2 now. Smashing Mike and Martin Kirby, though, still having to fight against a numbers disadvantage. Look at Mike. Smashing Mike wants a piece of Jackie T. He's not going to get it, though, because here comes Tony Wright. Right hand, he's broken his hand there.
Smashing Mike looking bigger than ever during his little stay over in America.
Chiseled from rock is Smashing Mike, as Tony Wright just found out when he tried to chop him. Separated the shoulder of Tony Wright. Smashing Mike very much having a good time this Christmas here in Ettington.
I'm excited to see what Smashing Mike has learned while he's been training down at Flatbacks in America, picking up something that might start to set him apart once again from the rest of the competitors here at P.E.W.
Tag into his friend Martin Kirby. Both Kirby and Smashing Mike already, of course, former P.E.W. World Champions. And as you said, Smashing Mike continuing to hone his craft and training in some of the best schools all around the world.
So I can be nice, Dave. I can be nice when I try. I did my research.
Why don't you try more?
Because these fans don't deserve it and you don't deserve it, Dave.
These frequent tags now. In the meantime, between Martin Kirby and Smashing Mike, who's styling and profiling.
This is my problem with Smashing Mike. He spends far too much time pandering to the fans and not focusing on what needs to happen in the ring.
He was pretty focused on the left arm of Tony Wright here. Tag again to Kirby, and they are a well-oiled machine, aren't they? Martin Kirby and Smashing Mike.
Oh, come on, ref. There's two of them in this ring currently. You need to get control of this situation.
Double axe handle there from Kirby. Well, as you well know, there is that 5-second rule. When you make a tag, you are allowed to have two people in the ring briefly. Funny how you forget the rules when it suits you.
Listen, Dave, I am only here based on what needs to happen later on, okay? That's the only reason I'm here. Just wait a second.
The arm drag! Martin Kirby. Early Scott. Another tag to Smashing Mike, and I'll throw it up on him, but you do have to think, if Jason Joshua was here, this would be quite a different story, because it would be 3-on-3 rather than 3-on-2. Nonetheless, even with just two of them, Smashing Mike and Martin Kirby doing a hell of a job. Here he was 2-on-2.
It makes sense that Smashing Mike and Martin Kirby are going to take control in this situation. Even with the numbers advantage, they are a tag team. No one else in this match currently is teaming with each other on a consistent basis.
Well, Jackie T is one half of the tag team champion, so he's pretty experienced as a tag team wrestler.
Yes, but you have to think you're putting time and effort into learning your craft with your tag partner. That goes away. All of that goes away as well.
And Tony Wright's in a tag team as well. He's in rom-com with Luca, Romeo, but again, don't let the facts get in the way of a good story for you. There's a kick from Kirby into the left arm of Joey Scott. Joey Scott's behaved despicably this year, particularly towards Jason Joshua.
Martin Kirby just laying into everyone who's not legal in this match. Surely the ref should have said something about that.
Kirby kicking out on two of the attempt from Joey Scott, and the mistake so high here. And you've got to think if you're the Prestige or Chocolate Thunder having been eliminated from the match already, despite how important it is to you as a person, you are in no control now of what happened for either of those men.
Must be nail biting around all of the tables in the back. Everyone will be watching this white-knuckled, trying to figure out who they want as the new general manager.
This is the moment where you hope that you've picked the best team possible. Jackie T, second Kirby. First hard into that corner, got a 2-count out of it. Real do-or-die situation now for Kirby and Smashing Mike, because if you think about it, if either of them were eliminated now, 3-on-1, that's got to be insurmountable odds. Uppercut from Wright into that left arm. A snapmare takedown on Martin Kirby as the fans in Ettington chanting Kirby's name, trying to somehow get this team back into this one.
Reaching out in desperation, Dave, but there's no way for Kirby to make this tag right now. He is too far under. It doesn't matter how much experience you have in this situation. The numbers advantage always helps.
Tony Wright doing a pretty good job of keeping his body between Martin Kirby and Smashing Mike. Good ring positioning. Well, not allowed. That's going to infuriate Smashing Mike.
Just returning the favour, Dave, surely.
Look at the boots in the corner. Jackie T, the choke from Joey Scott. Going to defend that as well.
The referee's back was turned, anything can happen.
Fine, so it's all okay if the referee doesn't see it.
Absolutely.
And the kick out on two for Kirby.
Anything is legal as long as the ref doesn't see.
Joey Scott taunting, Smashing Mike. And I said earlier about the frequent tags between Kirby and Mike. Well, how much would Martin Kirby give for a tag right now? Scott drops the elbow. Kirby could be on his way out of this elimination match. He kicks out.
We're very close to maybe seeing the end of Martin Kirby there.
Dig deep here. We've seen him do it many times before in his storied career. Joey Scott, give him an earful. Kirby responded with a body side. Now Kirby has a clear path to Smashing Mike for the first time in several minutes. Jackie T trying to cut off that path. But Jackie T gets sent into Joey Scott. Kirby, can he get there? Yes, he can. A much-needed tag to Smashing Mike. Mike pounds Joey Scott out of the ring. Now the right hand to Jackie T from the Smashing One. Grand Slam winner here in P.E.W. is Smashing Mike. World champion, internet champion, tag team titles, he's won it all. Leaping elbow into the face of Tony Wright. What a difference maker that tag has proven to be. Tino reversing the waist swap. Mike shoves him to the rope, does a clothesline attempt from one half of the tag team champions. DDT from Smashing Mike onto Jackie T.
That could be all she wrote there, Dave.
I think it's going to be for Jackie T. No, it isn't.
Even if Jackie T was lost then, still just goes down to a regular 2-on-2 tag match. They have a long way to go, Smashing Mike and Martin Kirby in this situation.
It does feel like a mountain to climb. Oh, Smashing Mike looking for the game over here. Full Nelson slam. Couldn't get it. Instead, Jackie T able to make the tag to Joey Scott. There is the game over, but the tag has been made. Smashing Mike doesn't realise it. Joey Scott jumping on top, looking to steal a bit, and he has stolen it. Oh no.
Smashing Mike has been eliminated.
Well, that puts us in that nightmare scenario that I was explaining. It's going to be 3-on-1 against Martin Kirby here.
Now we're going to use, Martin Kirby needs to get in this ring as soon as they can. We're using this time to reclaim ourselves, get back our breath, make sure that everyone is ready to just dismantle Martin Kirby.
Much as I respect and admire Martin Kirby, it is very difficult to see how this could go any way but the most obvious way. Smashing Mike with a pep talk for Martin Kirby. Can Martin Kirby pull off the impossible? On behalf of Chocolate Thunder, let's find out. Here we go, 3-on-1 against Kirby. Kirby coming out swinging here. Numbers game.
It doesn't matter how much experience you have, the Prestige has picked the better team in this situation, and now Martin Kirby is certainly on the back foot.
Started out 5-on-4 with the absence of Jason Joshua here. That numbers disadvantage. Looks like it's going to be critical. There's the body slam. Is that all for Martin Kirby? No, it is not. Romeo buried deep into the middle of the back of Martin Kirby from Joey Scott. He enjoyed it so much he's going to do it a second time. Breaking traffic here. Pressing the head of Martin Kirby into the boot of Jackie T.
It makes sense for Joey Scott to take control here. The Prestige is gone. You need someone to step up, and Joey Scott is the Prestige right-hand man in this situation.
Well, he's been quite the royal henchman, hasn't he, Joey Scott, over these past few months. In the Prestige with that shared mutual hatred of Jason Joshua as Jackie T looking to end this match. There's something left. It's going to take more than that to keep down the competitor, the caliber of Martin Kirby.
Targeting the ribs here, Dave. The more you target those ribs, the harder and harder it gets to breathe, and then it just gets even worse for Martin Kirby.
Kirby forcing the collision between Jackie T and Tony Wright. What a pinning predicament from Kirby, and he's got him.
Ladies and gentlemen, leading by Tony Wright has been eliminated.
Well, there's that experience paying off for you there, Dave. Martin Kirby using his years of knowledge.
How the back is on, I think, for Kirby, at least it would be, but you've got to say Jackie T was smart there because he immediately got on top of Kirby as soon as that pin was confirmed. Didn't give him any kind of breathing room, immediately made sure his team regained the upper hand.
Now I'm all for a Cinderella story. I am all for coming up from underneath insurmountable odds. I did so myself, the first ever P.E.W. show, winning the P.E.W. tag team titles.
Sorry, you just compare yourself to Cinderella.
Absolutely I did. Me and her are looking the exact same.
Well, Jackie T, nearly got another one. Nearly got another surprise pin, did Kirby. Then it would have been 1-on-1. Kirby catches him with the enziguri. A Faymaster from Kirby. Jackie T in trouble. Has he leveled it? Yes, he has. It's 1-on-1.
I always want to know what Kirby has to say whenever it says stop, Dave. He never answers.
I think he lets his feet do the talking at that point, but Kirby against Joey Scott. One of these two men on behalf of the general manager they're representing. Going to get a hugely consequential win here. Joey Scott for the Prestige. Again, just regaining the upper hand as the last member of his team. What a neck breaker from Scott. Is that enough to give the Prestige full control? No. Right shoulder up. I don't know about you, my heart skipped a beat there at the prospect of the Prestige becoming our sole boss.
You are giving the Prestige too much slander here, Dave. He has led P.E.W. for years and nothing bad has been happening, and now that Chocolate Thunder's come along, suddenly you've changed your tune.
I think I've been pretty consistent in my opinion of the Prestige. Scott puts his head down too early. Kirby hooks the rope. So that is momentum, and then getting a boot to the face, and you can see the result. Now that's given Kirby the chance to build up a head of steam, charging in. Big shoulder thrust into the abdomen of Joey Scott. Scott desperately grasping at the waist. Kirby almost collided with the ref. Joey Scott does collide. Kirby going to the ropes. Another Faymaster. There's no referee. There's no referee here. Where are you going? Ryder's just left his position at the commentary table. What is this? Ryder with a low blow. Ryder just annihilating Martin Kirby. What are you doing? Joey Scott thrown on top for the pin. What the hell? What the hell?
Martin Kirby has been eliminated.
What just happened?
Your winner, large shot, Joey Scott.
Well, don't tell me that the Prestige had an insurance policy here.
Have won, and Prestige will now take control of P.E.W.
It is a nightmare before Christmas. Joey Scott was a beaten man, and Ryder, of all people, jumping up from his position here at the commentary table. I guess that explains why he was out here in the first place. The Prestige obviously paid off Ryder, give himself an extra safety. What on earth are you doing?
Sick and tired of waiting for my opportunity, Dave. Every single time, every time I succeed in P.E.W, there is always someone talking me down. I don't want to wait anymore. Prestige gave me an offer I couldn't refuse.
So you sold out? What you did is you sold out?
I did not sell out, Dave.
What have you done? Well, there are injustices piling on injustices here. The absence of Jason Joshua, the way in which Martin Kirby was taken out of the match, the way in which Chocolate Thunder, quite honestly, was counted out. This is ludicrous. And you are right at the heart of it. There's a hug from Chocolate Thunder. Martin Kirby did his best and nearly pulled off the miracle. Quite honestly, if it wasn't for the treacherous behaviour of my broadcast partner, you know exactly what it was.
There was nothing treacherous.
You said it yourself that the Prestige made you an offer you couldn't refuse, so it's a transaction. You've done a business deal.
It's my benefit, Dave.
What about everyone else?
It's the benefit of me, and it's for the benefit of the cause.
Why don't you think about anyone else except yourself?
Because these fans never thought about me.
Outrageous.
All I can say is I'm sorry.
Going down like a coward. I think he's going down like a
I
coward.
really wanted to make this better for all of you, but
You were 4 to 5, no? Ryder! Why don't you win now? Come on, Ryder! Ryder! Ryder!
I just want to. I'm going to leave, but I just want to say it's been a blast performing in front of all you people, and I'm just sad that this is how it's ending. So thank you everyone. Thank you. I've been one of the best crowds I've ever performed for. I'm sorry.
This is so
Excellent. So one more time,
outrageously
please
out of
put your
line.
hands together for Chucky Thunder.
I feel physically sick what's happened. It's funny. Stop laughing, seriously.
It's funny, Dave, it's funny. He's gone down like a gallant. This is all your fault.
Let's hope you don't live to regret the choice you made today. Jockey Thunder walking out of here a beaten man, and that should not, in any circumstance, have been the way this took place.
Hopefully that will not be the last we see a jockey from the here in P.E.W. But ladies and gentlemen, right, we hope you've all had an amazing afternoon. How's everyone getting on up there? You all okay? You got a bit quiet? Are you still feeling noisy? We need to hear you for this main event this afternoon. It's going to be festive chaos, and it is for the P.E.W. World Championship, ladies and gentlemen. This is our main event here. Introducing first, the challenger.
Now this, Dave, is the competitor I always love to see come down to the ring and work. A former P.E.W. World Champion, Jack Selstrom.
Yeah, perhaps the once and future king, possibly the very near future. Feels like a temperature has dropped a few degrees with the arrival of the Revenant. Now you look at Jack Selstrom, you look at his record as, say, a former P.E.W. World Champion, and no disrespect to our current World Champion, but whereas normally you get the feeling that the champion has an advantage, given that if the qualification or a countdown, the champion retains, I do not feel like Oscar Prospero has any advantage whatsoever here. He is very much the underdog against Jack Selstrom.
Oh, absolutely, Dave. Jack Selstrom has years and years of experience on Oscar Prospero here. He has been competing in WWE all around Europe and the UK. At a young age, competing for All-Star Wrestling, one of the most competitive wrestling companies in the entirety of the United Kingdom.
The intimidating hush falling on the crowd here in Ettington. We're still trying to process, of course, what has just happened, thanks to you, in the 5-on-5 elimination match. The back to the Prestige, now in sole control of P.E.W. You've got to think, from the Prestige's point of view, he would rather have Jack Selstrom as his world champion than Oscar Prospero.
I don't entirely agree with that point, Dave. Because while Oscar Prospero doesn't like the Prestige, Jack Selstrom is ungovernable. He is uncontrollable, even to the Prestige, even to the fans of
the Ice King, Jack Selstrom.
Jack Selstrom getting a frosty reception from the P.E.W. support.
And ladies and gentlemen, the champion.
The response is night and day between challenger and champion. As here comes the no-holds-barred, the Merchant of Menace, the P.E.W. champion of the world.
Say quite a tonal shift between these competitors here tonight. One coming out looking like he is armed for war, ready for business, and the other one coming out dressed as, is that Woody the Elf from the film Elf?
That was before your time, I'm impressed.
I know the classics, Dave. That's a Die Hard.
Oscar Prospero has had one hell of a year.
Ladies and gentlemen, a little known fact, as a child he was in the Muppets Christmas Carol. This is the Merchant of Menace, the no-holds-barred, the current, reigning and defending P.E.W. World Champion, Oscar Prospero.
A great rolling of the tongue there in the ring announcement from Mike Angus. We'll fact check that thing about the Muppet Christmas Carol as well. I will, not you, because we know what your fact checking is like.
I believe him.
P.E.W. World Championship on the line. The last P.E.W. match of 2025. Our main event here at a present for everyone. It is Oscar Prospero against Jack Selstrom. Selstrom thinks that title is his own personal property. All the way back in May that Selstrom lost that title in a 30-minute Ironman match to Smashing Mike.
This is sure to be a test for Oscar Prospero here tonight. I don't think he's ever faced someone of this caliber in a competitor before.
You can tell by the very cautious body language of Prospero that he knows he's the underdog. He knows that most people have written him off tonight. That they say that Jack Selstrom is destined to become a two-time champion, but that image we're seeing now will be the image that closes the night. Selstrom with the title raised above his head there. Message, no doubt, not just to Prospero, but to all the P.E.W. fans. After what has happened in that elimination tag team match, I don't know if we could handle the heartbreak, quite honestly, of Prospero losing that world championship now.
You can see Prospero uncomfortable in the ring. I don't think he's done his research going into this match. I don't think he is properly prepared to face the competitor in Jack Selstrom tonight. He came out dressed as Woody the Elf.
You're entirely wrong on that one. Prospero will have spent the past few weeks doing little but thinking about the challenge of Selstrom. Selstrom we've not seen for several months since he lost that title. About 6-month absence for the Revenant until we saw him emerge at the end of To Be or Not To Be, having won a match earlier in the night against Steve Valentino, staring down Prospero right after Prospero successfully retained the title in that three-way match against CJ Rawlings and H. Hood. That stare down, clear indication that Selstrom was coming for that title. That's what he's doing tonight. Prospero hooks his legs over the rope to force the break. The ever-aggressive Selstrom.
There it is, there's that difference in experience, Dave. Prospero is out of his depth. He should just relinquish the title to Selstrom now and give him the torture.
All this out-of-their-depth stuff, I do find some of this it must be quite insulting to Oscar Prospero. You're not the first person to say it. The idea that this is a foregone conclusion and that Selstrom's going to win this, because Prospero's the world champion. You don't get there by mistake. You don't fall into being the world champion.
He cashed in his golden ticket rumble.
Well, how do you think he won that ticket? He won the golden ticket rumble. He didn't do that by accident either. Selstrom gets a 2 count.
You can win a rumble just by throwing the last person over the rope. You don't have to compete with every other person in that ring.
It's been quite the year for that P.E.W. World title, with Selstrom, as I said, losing it to Smashing Mike, and then Adam Bolt beating Mike. Immediately after that, Prospero catching in that golden ticket to make sure that Bolt's title reign was a very brief one. But what is the final chapter of that World Championship story in 2025?
Selstrom just prying the fingers of Prospero here. That's the kind of joint manipulation that you only learn through British wrestling and the British wrestling scene, using the opponent's body against them.
You see so many of those classic British wrestling influences in the style of Jack Selstrom. Even this, just wearing an opponent down on the mat like this. Classic technical styles. So briefly able to roll Selstrom onto his shoulders there. Going for the pin attempt, but Selstrom so experienced. Need to panic there, just immediately adjusted his body position. Prospero now sends it to the ropes, goes for the trip, couldn't get it. The shoulder block instead from Selstrom takes the champion down. Trouble here, maybe. No, give it on 1.
Prospero needs to get away from Selstrom. Whenever he puts that headlock on, the more he keeps it on, the tighter it gets, the harder it gets for Prospero to breathe. It's been for a long night.
Again, another sign of just how good Jack Selstrom is. The fact that immediately after that 1 count, it was barely a blink of an eye before he got that headlock takedown. Adjusting his body position again, so he's forcing those shoulders down. Prospero having to battle to not find himself on the receiving end of a pin attempt here, but he's now got back to his feet. A world champion. Some body shots here to one of his predecessors. Another headlock takedown, though, from the relentless Jack Selstrom.
Selstrom is more than comfortable just to sit here all night if he has to. He's not exerting any energy by doing this. He can sit here night and day until Prospero finally decides to just give up.
Prospero did have to exert energy kicking out of that latest pin attempt, and Selstrom squeezing at the head of the world champion. Quick snapmare though from Prospero, shoulder block. Champion showing he's not intimidated by Selstrom.
Those are knocked off his feet there. That's a very rare sight you see.
Prospero, rubbing strike right into the front of the neck of Selstrom. Now will send him across the ring. Selstrom trying for the leapfrog. That was telegraphed by Prospero. Right hand from Prospero. Combo. The champion dropping the face of Selstrom onto his knee. Prospero bringing out the pipes there, but he got cut off.
That's what happens when you take too long and start pandering to the P.E.W. audience. Selstrom took advantage.
The advantage didn't last. Prospero at the moment has the feel of someone who will not be denied this evening in Ettington as the sun has set on the shortest day of the year here in Warwickshire.
There's that ring awareness, Dave. Selstrom ducking out of the way of Prospero's shotgun dropkick there.
Uppercut though from Selstrom.
Gritty teeth, Prospero. Those aren't comfortable to take.
So much venom, so much rage behind every shot you see from Jack Selstrom, and yet, even with that rage, he's dead behind the eyes of Selstrom.
Picking him up by his moustache here. Now that is beautiful to see.
Nasty. It's nasty is what it is. Selstrom. The 2 count for the former, and as I said, quite possibly future P.E.W. World Champion. Already a new internet champion tonight. Congratulations to CJ Rowling, and a new winner of the Fallen Angel tournament. Congratulations to Melissa Fierce. And we've had a 10-man elimination match, which frankly I don't think we should talk about.
I think we absolutely should talk about it. The right man won.
I want you to know the level of disgust I have for you.
No different than normal, Dave. My opinion of you has not changed in the slightest, and I know that whatever you think of me does not matter.
Well, Selstrom certainly seems to be of the opinion that he is destined to walk out here as the world champion. He's got physically in possession of that championship belt again.
Gold can drive people mad, Dave. Kicking Prospero to the outside.
Selstrom making reference to his previous reigns as champion.
Prospero, please. As much as I'm enjoying seeing him get pummeled here, I have to feel sorry for Prospero. He is heavily out of his depth now.
Chop and then a loving strike across the back. Selstrom, only Jason Joshua, the only ever 2-time world champions here in P.E.W. So if Selstrom were to win the title tonight, he would make history as his first 3-time champ.
He would join me in that accolade. 3-time.
You have not been the world champion.
I've been a 3-time tag team champion.
Well, I'm not talking about the tag team championship, am I?
We're talking about reigns here. We're talking about people collecting belts.
Unbelievable how you managed to make it all about you, as always. Right hand now from Prospero. This brawl spills around the ringside area.
This is what Prospero needs to do. He can't let up on Selstrom. The moment you give him a bit of headway, Selstrom will take advantage.
Prospero charge back into the ring. Crowd here chanting for their champion. The back elbow, though, right into the face of Prospero.
Just left him for a little bit too long, giving him that half a second to collect his breath, and Selstrom took advantage once again.
Oh man, what a kick to the spine as well. This will test the resolve of the champion. How badly do you want it, Prospero? He still wants it. He is still in this.
G himself up there.
Oh man. Jack Selstrom's focus on the back of Oscar Prospero has been quite pronounced in the past few minutes.
Absolutely, you focus the back, you focus the ribs, you take out the lungs.
The referee is saying, as Selstrom went for the pin there, that one of the feet of Oscar Prospero is under the bottom rope. That's good officiating. Prospero now lifting up Selstrom, and Selstrom is continuing to argue with the referee.
If I was the referee in the situation, I'm much smarter than this ref. I would not be arguing with Selstrom. I'd just be listening to whatever he says. Beautiful back suplex from Selstrom there.
A really high angle on that suplex as well. It meant that Prospero took the entire landing right on the back of his neck. Here comes the pin from Selstrom. He does have the feel at the moment of a match where Prospero is just hanging on for dear life.
You have to feel bad for him at this point, Dave, surely. Prospero is trying as hard as he can, and it's just not getting him anywhere.
Not over until it's over. Prospero is still in this. Where is this going now? It's more on the outside of the ring, and some of these fans getting a close-up view of just how vicious Jack Selstrom is. Prospero tossed back into the ring under that bottom rope. Wait, what is this? Prospero, a double underhook.
Trying in vain to get anything on Selstrom.
Selstrom powered his way out of it. Another hard landing on the back of Prospero. Another pin and another 2 count. Big body slam.
I will admit, I've been ripping into Prospero for the course of this match, but he is the younger competitor in the situation. He hasn't had the years of toll on the body like Selstrom has. Surely he'll be able to fight through this aggression.
Well, you having this sustained assault on a single body part like we're seeing on the back of Oscar Prospero right now, it must feel like he's been competing for decades. The pain must be excruciating. Look at Selstrom as well, just ripping, tearing at the facial features of Prospero.
Again, using that old school British wrestling scene to his advantage. Something Prospero might not have come in contact with before. It's just catching him off guard, it's taking him out of his depth.
Selstrom is very much the one who's the general, dictating things inside that ring right now. Wearing down Oscar Prospero, that chin lock. He glares at some of the fans who are trying to cheer on Prospero. Prospero, slip through the legs there. Prospero, where is he getting this fight from, Prospero? Huge body slam.
You have to take advantage of this, Prospero. Come on, stay on him. Otherwise, that'll happen.
That's the thing we're seeing, I think, time and again here. Every time you just see that slight bit of light, that slight bit of hope for Prospero. Jack Selstrom very, very quick to shut it down.
Selstrom had given up on this course and was just going to take the count-out victory, but that isn't the way that Selstrom rolls.
Well, wouldn't win him the title for one thing. Selstrom's got to win this by pinfall or by submission. Selstrom seems to be reveling in the dislike some of these fans have for him. What's he doing here? The disrespect here to an opponent.
He goes down the middle. Selstrom just purely enjoying himself here.
Well, this could end badly. Ask Stone Cold Steve Austin. Oh, and it does end badly, or nearly did at least. Colliding with the Christmas tree.
Selstrom taking out Christmas on his way to becoming the new P.E.W. World Champion.
Prospero diving out of the way, and he got run over. It was almost a hit and run there. dropping on Jack Selstrom. Selstrom amongst these fun and games there. It was all time that Prospero had to recuperate.
Sometimes even the best competitors take a little bit too long reveling in the fans' enjoyment.
Well, that's why I call it disrespect, because I think Selstrom just thought it was such a foregone conclusion that he's going to win this. I thought he could afford to do that.
Here, Dave, what's happening here?
Well, Prospero, I think, is just trying to send a message back. Prospero trying to tell Selstrom that if you're going to disrespect me, I'll disrespect you.
Just showboating at this point.
Prospero running over the challenger. He might do it again. Some textbook reversing.
That he's back past his practical first time.
Selstrom struggling to even get to his feet. After that exchange on the outside, Prospero got very much the better of that in the end. Selstrom though throwing Prospero over his head. What a hard landing right in the center of the ring. Selstrom thinks it might be a hard enough landing to win him a third world title. He's within a second of being exactly correct.
That is why I never leave the ground when I'm in this ring, Dave. It's too much risk.
And you're a coward.
Shoving the face of Prospero here.
Boot to the lower back again. Everything Selstrom does is calculated. Shot there though. From Prospero. Prospero, look at this. Battling back against Selstrom.
Here we go, Dave. Prospero on the attack, on the assault.
The clothesline, duck of the elbow attempt as well. Prospero's shoulder block. Big right hand and a chop. Okay, what a combo from the world champion. Dropping Selstrom onto the knee.
This is where the years of fatigue on Selstrom's body start to take a toll on him. Years of competing at the top level. Prospero very fresh in relation.
Prospero sends Selstrom from one corner to another. Beating the challenger from pillar to post here is Oscar Prospero. Underdog, what underdog? Projected hard onto the canvas. Face first was the landing for the Ice King. Kicked out regardless on 2.5.
Almost a very weak kick out there from Selstrom.
Prospero gets the running power slam on Selstrom. That could do it, you know, that could do it. And it nearly did. Very, very nearly from Oscar Prospero.
Fear setting into the challenger here. You must be thinking to yourself, what else do I have to do to put this champion away?
I think the poor Yorick. Poor Yorick! Got him! The poor Yorick from Oscar Prospero! The left shoulder came up. And there are very, very few opponents who have ever kicked out of poor Yorick.
And there, the panic sets into Prospero. Just relinquish, just give up, Prospero. It's not worth it. You've gone through so much. You've done a commendable effort. There's nothing more you can do.
That's your advice. Give up.
Give up. You are out of your depth.
Prospero, I'm sure, will be disappointed by that kick out. But it's going to go back for a second one. This time, the counter from Selstrom. Selstrom with some big shots between the shoulder blades. Looking now forcing the body of Prospero onto his shoulders.
Absolutely amazing strength from Selstrom there.
Electric chair style drop from Selstrom. That was nearly enough as well. You can see here fatigue starting to be a problem for both of these two. These are very, very close near falls on both sides now.
good stick I've given Prospero here. He is absolutely proving himself here tonight as the current P.E.W. World Champion, but I have very little faith in him taking the belt home with him tonight. The kit bag will be a lot lighter on that car ride home.
Well, we'll see. Prospero looking to prove you wrong and to prove all the doubters wrong. Selstrom though with more of those vicious chops. An elbow, all his body weight behind that did Prospero. Rolling down on their knees here.
That's exactly what Prospero needs to do. Just stay on Selstrom. Try and dampen the flame as much as you can.
One of these strikes from both men. Big uppercut from Selstrom. Prospero falling through the ropes. Didn't go all the way down to the floor. He's managed to stay on the apron. Selstrom turns around, sees that Prospero still up there on the ropes.
Selstrom standing up there almost as if he's completely fresh again. Having that minute to collect himself and just it all fading away.
Big right hand though from Prospero. He doesn't look so fresh now, doesn't Selstrom? Prospero up top. Selstrom join him up there. This is so dangerous a position for both of these men.
Just ripping at the arm of Prospero, trying to get that superplex.
Curious in the extreme, it's Selstrom who comes off worst. He gets shoved away. Now Prospero with a free run at Selstrom from the top. It's a swanton. Prospero with the pin and another kick out from Jack Selstrom.
More panic on the face of the champion there. And here he is, trying to get the crowd behind him. Just get down to business. You've got Selstrom on the back foot. Take advantage and keep going.
Going for the Yorican. Wouldn't be his second time to successfully hit in. Selstrom though going for Sub-Zero. Selstrom looking for Sub-Zero. Can he turn him over into that submission? Prospero knows he can't allow himself to be turned onto his front here, or his world title reign could well be over. Great leg strength from the champion to kick Selstrom away. Great defensive strategy. It's an arm drag. Selstrom improvised there to great effect. Pop-up powerbomb. Folds him up for the pin. Prospero counters, and there's the pin!
Shot pin from Prospero there to retain his P.E.W. championship.
Prospero does what so many said was impossible. Oscar Prospero, still your P.E.W. World Champion. And what are the doubters saying now? You're one of them, you tell me.
I am stunned, Dave. I am absolutely stunned. I was completely ready to welcome Jack Selstrom as the new Ice King of P.E.W. but Prospero with that shot pin off of the pop-up powerbomb. And Selstrom just screaming his lungs out in the middle of the ring.
Admit it, you were wrong. You were wrong. Yes,
fine.
Merry Christmas. Oscar Prospero defies the odds, defies the critics, and is still your P.E.W. World Champion. What a night we have had here at A Present for Everyone. Merry Christmas from everyone at Phenomenal Elite Wrestling, and we will see you in 2026.
Ladies and gentlemen, a huge title defense there by Oscar Prospero. Please, let's wish Jack Selstrom a happy Christmas as well.
Wish me happy Christmas now! Wish me happy Christmas! There's a good chance I will never come back.
One more time, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Jack Selstrom. Unlucky on this occasion. Someone's brought us in